Previously on Unranked.
Makilla Gorilla, what happened to games at the end of the pod? We're bringing back side
Yeah,
quests.
what did happen to games at the end of the pod, Christian?
Hey, it's the 485th episode of the Unranked podcast. Pretty short intro there. What could it mean? It means here's another episode
What
of Unranked
could it
with Christian
mean?
Hughes.
What could it mean?
What could it mean?
This is the most fucking transparent podcast of all time.
Alex
So
Tuna
funny.
Marinello. Oh, you think so? And then we go to play what game we're playing today, and then we'll see how transparent we are.
Good buddy. Hello.
And Tom Caswell Games. Is that what it is? You're not Great Pritom anymore.
Just Tom. You just call me Tom.
Just Tom. You know what? Actually would be pretty good. Just Tom.
There's a lot of things.
No. As your username, just Tom.
There's a lot
including
of
the just. I'm not saying you should make your username Tom instead of Tom Caswell Games. Saying you should make your name just Tom.
there's a lot of things.
Oh, like Prince
in your life.
or Shaq.
Yes.
Wow. Phew. Has anyone done it? I could just do it,
You could.
and then
you could
I
just be
sue
Tom.
if someone else. Right? I could probably trademark that.
Yeah, that'd be sick.
That's that. And then Brooke has to change the name back again.
Yeah, she has to change it. No, she'll be
yeah.
Brooke Just Tom.
Yeah, Mrs. Tom. What's up?
What's up, guys? We have a hell of an episode today. Are you excited about it? I'm excited.
Do we
about
have
it.
a hell of an episode today?
It's, you know what? It's been a while since we played a game, so I'm just
Right,
gonna
it
announce
has.
it now.
Oh God.
We're playing a game today.
Yeah.
I don't know why the volume's so low on this. I don't even think you can hear it. There you go.
There you go.
Yeah, we're playing a game today.
Yeah. Okay.
Surprise, motherfucker.
We're playing a game right now. We're opening the game at the top.
Okay.
We're gonna get right into it.
Okay.
We're gonna wait. We're gonna do the Pokemon after the game. We're going totally out of bounds here. That's right.
Okay.
And boys, do I have a game for you? Do you want to know what that game is? Tom, you're gonna want to pay attention.
Yeah.
to
Tom,
this one.
fucking pay attention.
I am paying attention.
You're
fixing
not.
some
You're reading
settings.
something.
Relax.
Read it later. Fuck.
No, it needs to get done now.
It's probably
How-
for the
how-
stream.
It's for the
how-
stream.
How
There we go.
How are you and I going to do a podcast alone?
What are you talking about?
I'm going to be talking to myself because you're never paying attention. You're always looking off.
I'm paying. First
That's not
off-
true. In fact, whenever there's only two of us, it could never be more laser focused.
First off, Chris said that we're doing the game now, and
Yeah.
that we're gonna lead the show off with the game, and that's what
Uh-huh.
was said. So I was
Uh-huh.
paying attention, and I also fixed the thing I needed to fix. So
Well.
fucking eat it,
This is an amazing way to start the game. Guys, did you hear that?
No.
Oh, that
Sounds
could
like a.
Oh, is
What
it
is that?
jigsaw? Are we doing a saw?
That can't be someone loading a revolver, can it? That's right. We're playing
Oh God,
Russian
no.
roulette.
No.
Oh, I
wait,
thought we were gonna.
one.
This sounded
But
kind of
wait.
cool. The idea, I thought it was gonna be. Here's the
A
sound
sound-based
effect for
game?
an item.
Listen,
Guess
hey,
the item.
hey, don't ruin the next game I'm doing.
Okay.
Because that's
Games
already
back,
what it
baby.
is.
Games are back. Games are
Games
back.
are back. Games are absolutely back. We're
That
playing
sounded like
Russian
a
roulette,
pretty
but,
childish revolver, though. Didn't really sound very powerful.
You know, I have this
revolver.
revolver, 350 royalty-free revolver spin sound effects open, and I'm not sure
Okay.
which one I like yet. So I thought I would use a number of them throughout, see which ones are, the best.
Okay.
Find the right, we're gonna do it live.
I don't
All right,
even
we're
remember
playing-
how we play this.
That's good because I've changed the rules a bit.
Oh,
We're changing things up. First of all,
Yeah.
you guys are playing on the same team, trying to just score the best score you can get. And then in the future, we'll have the baseline for what that score
Mhm.
is. So
mhm.
we can just track it. You're essentially doing your baseline run, right? When you're trying to do like a speed run. So in Russian Roulette 2.0, it's 3 rounds instead of 5. So we're just doing 3 rounds. They're all games. today.
Uh-huh.
Possibly we'll do characters in the future, but today we're doing all games.
Okay.
And all of the things that are connected to the game have not been chosen by me. They are all found on the game's Wikipedia page. So everything is actually linked to the game and not like if it's tangential, it's still tangential enough to be relevant for the Wikipedia page. It's not like some weird abstraction that I have picked that makes no sense. Everything there can at least point you in a direction. Obviously, you know, the first clue, you're not going to have nearly enough information, but everything is relevant in some fashion. And of the 3 rounds, they're all played a little bit differently. Do you guys want to start and go easiest to hardest, or do you want to go hardest to easiest?
Definitely easiest to hardest.
Okay.
Please, Christian.
Which I only ask because there is the advantage of getting the hard one out of the way.
Oh, you froze there for a sec for me too.
Oh. All right, we're gonna play easiest.
Okay. Yep.
Mhm.
All right.
Okay.
So round
Do you
one is
mean to
called.
be showing? Do you mean to be showing us
Yes.
this? Okay.
Because instead of you guys having to ask 100 times over what the clues that you were given were, I can just type them here for you to look at. What I actually realized today was I should have made like a clickable slideshow, which I'll do in the future. I'll just make like a template and then I can reveal the things one at a time. So you just have them there. It'll just look better.
All right.
Okay. So game facts.
Yeah.
These are 6 facts that I've picked from the Wikipedia page. So these aren't even all necessarily links. They're specific facts I've picked about the game. You guys get a total of 11 guesses in this round. So basically, for clue number 6, you can each make a guess. For clue number 5, you can each make a guess. So basically, your first 5 clues, you each get a guess. You're working together, so you're going to talk it out, but you each get to take a guess. So that way, you don't have to agree. If one of you is like, I want to go this way, the other one was like, I want to go that way, then you each have your shot. The last clue, worth only 1 point, you only get 1 guess as a team. All right. So it's a video game that we're looking for. And your first clue is this game was named G4's Best Soundtrack Award for the year.
What year?
That's the only
don't
information you're getting.
Oh, well, I mean.
Again, this far back,
Okay.
going to be
I'm
the least
going-
relevant, but, think about
Yeah.
games with good soundtracks.
Sure. I'm going with Grand Theft Auto Vice City.
Okay. I'm going to tell you that was incorrect. I gotta find the old bad buzzer sound. Yeah.
Wait, but we're making the guess together. So let's
you
deliberate.
you each get
No.
one, but you
See,
can
this is
deliberate.
critical
Oh,
listening.
okay.
Critical listening.
We're
You were
each
off in
going.
La La
Okay.
Land while he was explaining the
I
But
rules.
thought
you do-
he said we were meant to converse.
No, you are.
No, if you listen to what he said, we each get a guess, and the last clue we have to make a joint guess.
Yes, but you're still playing together. You're not getting your own points. So you should consider deliberating. Like the whole point of this is for you to
This
talk it
first
out.
clue is a shot in the dark. There was no deliberating. Tom, take
Sure.
a guess.
I mean, okay.
Fucking A.
I'm thinking that G4's main operating years when they would have a best soundtrack thing were like the mid 2000s. So I'm thinking about games that came out there. I'm going to say Oblivion.
Is not Oblivion.
Okay.
Number 5. 5 points. The Black Pearl.
It's like Assassin's Creed.
Oh, and this isn't necessarily. This is not necessarily relevant to Assassin's Creed. I don't want to hint one way or another.
Yeah.
But if you guys can't remember the exact name, if there's like a franchise that has a ton of games and you can describe the game correctly, that's fine. But I do want you to get to the actual because otherwise it excludes all franchises, and that's for all of these rounds. I just remember.
Okay. So the Black Pearl was a ship, right? And isn't that like one of the Pirates of the Caribbean movies? Pirates of the Caribbean, The Curse of the Black Pearl or something?
That's the thing is like the ship. So if you're saying AC, you're saying Black Flag.
Right.
But
I don't know any
the
songs
Black
out of
Pearl
that.
would not necessarily be in it, and I don't think
But it
that
could
that
be
is
like,
based
hey,
off
this
of a real
ship was
ship.
based off of a the Black Pearl.
Unless
Unless it's like Sea of Thieves.
Well, what I'm thinking is maybe G4 in its most recent iteration had a Best Soundtrack award, and it is Sea of Thieves. They gave it for some reason one year, and the Sea of Thieves has that Pirates DLC.
It does have Pirates DLC.
So,
All right, you want to make that one of your guesses?
Sure.
yeah.
All right. It's not. It's not Sea of Thieves.
Okay.
All right.
Then do you want to guess Black Flag?
Sure. Assassin's Creed
Okay.
Black Flag.
Yeah,
It's not
AC
Black Flag either. So we're going to the
Okay.
fourth clue.
Famitsu Game of the Year. Christ. Okay. All right. So Tuna, Famitsu is Japan's largest gaming magazine. It is like Japanese IGN for all intents and purposes.
Mm-hmm. I mean, this clue gives me
Now,
nothing
the other
except maybe
thing
it's a
is, the other
Japanese
thing
game.
is Famitsu. Well, here's the thing about Famitsu is they historically grade Japanese games at a much higher curve than Western games. So we might be looking at an Asian, specifically Japanese title,
Mm-hmm.
Pirate. Now
I
I'm
mean, is
thinking
it
of
just
that Yakuza game that came out recently. Oh, well, it's the series. Because if it's on the series page, then the Black Pearl might be, and it might be a Yakuza from the mid 2000s.
Everything
So, like,
is a game. There's no generic series or franchise
yeah.
taken.
Yeah, so I'm thinking, right, but I'm thinking if it's the something like say it was Yakuza 2 or whatever, you would maybe have the Black Pearl referenced on that. And it's the
Yeah.
Wikipedia page of the specific title, not like the
did
Oh, this
Johnny
series
title,
did
yes.
Johnny Depp voice anybody?
Oh. No, but you wouldn't have Black Pearl. It's very specific.
All right. Skull and Bones.
You want to lock that one in, Tuna, just so you can have one left?
No.
Imagine if it was.
What are games
Kingdom
with good
Hearts.
Oh, that's not bad. Oh, that's actually really good. Kingdom Hearts. Yeah,
Kingdom
that's
Hearts
good.
2. Did they do pirates in that?
They did Pirates.
Which
They
one is
definitely
that?
did.
2?
All
It would be
right, well, you
2,
guess
right?
2 and then I'll guess 3.
Okay. 2.
Okay, Tom, you're guessing 2?
Yeah.
I've decided no, I'm not going to do that. Okay, so this would be worth 4 points. That's right, it's Kingdom Hearts 2. The next clues would have been
Nice.
PlayStation 2, Haley Joel Osment,
Nice.
and Mickey Mouse.
Nice.
That was epic from me.
That was good. Yeah, that was really good. That was
Okay,
great.
I'm feeling okay about this. So far, the game seems to.
I'm glad you're feeling okay about it.
Well, you just look every time I've
I
made
would
this
not
game,
have been put on that if I didn't know that very specific fact about Famitsu.
PlayStation 2 would have helped though a lot because that would have given you the right time as well.
Yes, it would have given me a time period. Yeah.
And then, of course, Haley Joel Osment. And then that's still 2 points, not 1 point.
That was
I
good,
was trying
though,
to make
because
sure
I was-
this was gettable, like by
Yeah.
question 4.
And
if
the
you could
thing
get there.
is knowing like, okay, these are things that are directly linked to the Wikipedia page. I was like, it has to be something that specifically references Pirates of the Caribbean because the Black Pearl was invented for that film. And then I was like, okay, if it's a Japanese game, okay, Kingdom Hearts.
That's great. Crushed it. That's like exactly what I want. I mean, it's technically gettable by 5 because Black Pearl, you could, because you basically still got there because of the Black Pearl, though.
Yeah.
Because you identified it correctly. But that question 5 is like much more of a leap, and question 6 is like kind of always a
Oh.
guess. Except in this round. In this round, we have something totally new. So this is the category game round, and I just need to remove the info before I paste it in. Yeah, I'm gonna make I should make like a keynote thing for this. You guys get to pick which clue you want. This time you only get one joint guess per clue, though, because this actually is probably the easier round now that I think about it. So once again, all of this information is found on the Wikipedia page of this game.
So, Tuna, I think the most specific thing we could do is developer.
Wait, we're picking the thing?
Yeah, we pick
You
the
guys get to pick
category.
the clue that you want.
What does players mean?
Yeah, what does players
The number of
mean?
people that can play the game. Single player,
Number of
multiplayer,
people.
and how many.
Developer is the clue you got to pick. It has to be developer.
Okay. I mean, I feel like, okay, go ahead.
What do you feel like?
Yeah, developer. It's fine.
What do you
It's
feel
just the
like,
most
though?
specific.
I know.
What do you mean,
I was
what
just
do I feel
curious.
like?
Tuna had a sort of slight
No,
disagreement.
no, I
on
don't.
that.
Because I was just going to say that I think that even if you gave me all of these, it might be hard. I don't know what
Carbonated
carbonated. I don't know what
Today you
carbonated
probably
games
picked
is.
the one that's going to help you the least on this
I don't
round.
even-
Carbonated games.
I mean, console would not help me at all. Genre wouldn't really help. Year wouldn't really help. Players would tell me nothing. And Metacritic is just going to be a number.
Carbonated games. I've never heard of that studio in my fucking life.
Yeah.
Never
Explosion
heard
Man.
it in my life. God,
I don't even know what
what
carbonated
do
games
they
is.
make? What does
I don't
that
know.
studio make? Ugh. Fucking the Fields of Mystria.
You want to go with that or Explosion Man?
Yep.
You guys have one pick together.
Explosion Man? Was that your suggestion, Tuna?
Well, just because it's
Okay.
yeah, I
sure.
wouldn't go with that.
Fuck it. No, you wouldn't? You want to go
I have
with
no
what
idea. I mean,
said?
I don't know what carbonated games is.
I'm going to help you out. They're both wrong.
Okay. Well then there we go. Next thing. What do you want to pick next then? Okay, so developer
Again,
didn't help us at all.
The first clue, it's like, a near impossible guess.
Yeah. Console, I don't think is gonna help. Metacritic might help if it's like
Why?
a catastrophe. Because if it's a catastrophe number, then it's like, okay, they made one of the god awful
Okay,
games.
let me ask you something. Let's say that thing says 30. What are you gonna guess? What are you gonna guess?
Look, I thought you were going to say, like, let's say that thing says 80. That could be a million games. Like, what if that thing says 75? It's like, oh, you mean 75% of video games?
Oh,
like, I think Tom
God.
is right, but I think all of them have that, right? Like, if it's a specific
This is
year, it's going to limit
impossible.
it. If
This
it's-
is impossible. This is impossible.
I missed
If you were to
this.
tell me that it's
I
carbonated
missed
games, I'm
doing
gonna fill
this.
it in for you right now. I'm gonna fill it
Yeah.
in for you right now.
Yeah.
Let's say it's console, Xbox, genre, RPG, year 2005, players 4, Metacritic 80. I have no fucking idea. I
that's
have
not
no
true. You're
fucking
going
idea.
to get to
I
this.
have
I
no
guarantee
fucking
it.
clue.
I'm
I'm not going to have any
Tom.
goddamn idea. Developer was the only one that would have given us any kind of. If it had said Bungie, I would be like, oh, perfect.
No, can you
Carbonated
get
games, we
past
don't-
the first round without having this
Let me tell you something.
reaction? And
Let me
just
tell you
trust
something.
me
The
that
developer,
I've got
you might
this.
as well
This is
delete
doable.
developer. You might as well delete developer because Tom doesn't know what it is and I don't know what it is. So it's not
Developer
a clue.
clue was the red herring here. It
A
was
red,
to get
okay,
you to blow a point.
okay,
so that
fine.
You,
You
were
want to
gonna
take
only
that
get
red? That's
5
fine.
points.
You want to take the developer as red herring. So what we're left with is console, genre, year, players, Metacritic. Metacritic is a number. Players is a number.
Some
Year
of these
is
are
a
more
number.
valuable than others.
There's nothing valuable about any of this.
All right,
We're
well,
not
let's
getting.
find out. Can you make a guess?
Sure. Give me the year. Give me the
No,
year.
You have
Show
to.
me
You
the
have to
year.
submit your first game's guess.
It's the first guess is going
you
to
guys
be
are already doing.
Monkey
you guys
Island.
already have 4 out of 6 points. You're
Monkey
doing
Island.
impeccable.
Monkey Island is the guess.
Monkey Island, great video game. Not the answer we're looking
Oh,
for.
shocker. Okay, give us the year. Show me the year. Show me 2003. Oh, 2006. Oh, well, what the fuck came out in 2006? I was 19 years old. I have no fucking clue.
We're doing this at the
Was
start of the
Fez-
podcast. Alex is
was
going to be so
Fez-
hot going into the main podcast.
Is Fez 2006?
This is fine. Fez, guess it because I mean, this might as well be.
It's not Fez.
Give me
Another great
any
video
game
game.
for 2006
Tom,
for
Tom,
200.
you pick
Alex?
the next category.
Holy shit!
He's so fucking.
Genre.
Ridiculous. Genre. Oh, FPS. It is Card game. Is that even a
2006.
2006 card game? Balatro.
No,
The early
you
years.
fucking
Yeah, see, now he's
idiot.
not trying because he wants to prove his point. But he's
I'm not
about
going to try. I don't know
because
what
he's
the
figured
fuck
out what the
card
game
game
is. Because he's
I have
figured out
not
what the
figured out
game.
what the fucking
He knows
card
it,
game
and he
is.
doesn't want to admit
I
it, Tom,
don't know
because he
it.
won't ever admit now.
I don't
What's
know
a
it. Card game?
2006 card game,
2006
dude?
card game? I haven't played a card game. Uno, online Uno.
It's Uno.
Is it really Uno?
It's Uno, you dumb motherfucker. I knew you would get this.
Were you playing Uno?
Console, Xbox 360.
Oh,
Players.
they put Uno on the 360?
1 to 4.
Yeah, it's probably like, I mean, it's. I'm surprised you don't know this. Everyone was basically talking about this when they showed off the camera for Nintendo Switch. Everyone was like, did they not learn the lessons of Uno? Because when Uno came out with Xbox Live, they had the camera and it would just be people showing their like genitals when you were playing online. Yeah, it was basically it was pre what was it, chat roulette? Is that what that was? It was the pre-version of that, basically, was Uno.
But we didn't
You got
play in
it.
2006.
You got it.
We
You
played
got
in
it.
like 2009.
You got it on clue number 4. Again, another incredible score. So for someone who just screamed about it, who I insisted
I'm
was
learning
going
so
to get
much.
the answer,
I'm learning so much.
got the answer at, again, a fairly limited amount of information. And now,
I mean, limited card game was probably like in 2006 card game.
right, and that's part of why I picked it, because I looked at I had a bunch of games, right? I picked a bunch of different games before I picked Uno, because none of them had the right mix of information to get you to the game. So that's why I went with Uno, because I was like, this is something you can absolutely figure out on this limited information. It seems very difficult at first, but once you know what the game is, it all, like, it's just very specific to that time and place. It's like, also, like, by the way, I'm still only picking games that you guys know, like at least guaranteed one of you.
I'm king of games. I know games.
All right, this is the last one.
Yeah. I mean, you guys are doing, like, honestly, this keeping score thing actually might be bad, because you guys are going to have a very high score for this game. All right. Oh, not category game. I rewrote that. It's 6 degrees of game. So this is the most like old traditional Russian roulette, where each one of these is less far removed. So you're going to start the most far removed clue from the actual game. You know, when I would give you those really tangential things, except all of these were through Wikipedia links. So I started on the games page and I clicked one link. That would be clue 1. And then on that page, I clicked a link. It was kind of like how we used to do Wiki Race. And you'd have to get to the thing.
Okay. So this is going to be like ancient Rome, number 6. And I have to figure out how we got there from 5 clicks
number
earlier.
6, Rear Window.
The movie?
Okay.
Is it the movie?
Yes, Rear Window,
Okay.
the movie.
Okay.
The movie. Okay, so how'd you get there? So Rear Window could have been Hitchcock, right? The next one would be Hitchcock. The one before that would be Psycho. The one before that would be Horror. The one before that would be Death. I'm going to go with Resident Evil.
Yeah, I like that. It also begins with an R.
It's not Resident
Evil.
Do you want to take another guess before you have the next clue? I would give you 2
Sure.
on this, like the
Another
first
horror
one.
game, Eternal Darkness.
Not Eternal Darkness. We're going to move on to the second round for 5 points.
Yeah, Alfred Hitchcock.
All right. Let's say, dude, it could be anything.
Alex, when you did that, I was like, he's doing a pretty good job. I was like, oh.
Maybe we go like year. What would
No,
it
he's
be?
got to have clicked something to get to Hitchcock. So it's got to be like a famous movie. Psycho, North by Northwest, Vertigo.
So you think he went from Hitchcock to one of his other movies? Not
No. He
considering
went
the
from
main-
number one. Number 1 is the game, correct? Or number 1
No,
is the
Tom's
first
saying
click?
because at 4, if I'm already had a Hitchcock movie, why would I go to 5, a Hitchcock movie, and then 6, another Hitchcock movie? Like, why would I get to a Hitchcock movie and then go back to a Hitchcock movie?
I see.
Yeah,
You know what?
I
I'll
feel
say
like it's
this
gonna be
right
a
now.
different
I'll
thing.
never do that, because that's like literally just there to throw you off, because then that means I have to go to something else. You know, like I won't ever pick something that
We have to go deeper in the rabbit hole.
that would feel like cheating, like, because you wouldn't
All
be
right,
getting
so
closer.
Hitchcock. So how did he get to Hitchcock? Director.
He
Again,
could
horror.
He could do England. No. Because are you saying that you went backwards?
Yeah, he's
Did
far
he
away with
start?
Rear Window.
Did
He's
you
getting
start
we're getting
with the
closer.
game?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
started with the game, and
Yeah,
then
you
Rear
clicked
Window's
your
the
way.
farthest from it.
Gotcha.
So I
you
went
he
from
had
got
to-
Alfred
to
Hitchcock
Alfred
to
Hitchcock.
Rear
So
Window.
Right.
I like movie directors or acclaimed movie directors or something.
Yeah, okay,
of
so then
that.
how did he get there?
So
then how did he get to directors?
directors, it would be maybe it's another movie.
Cinema.
Camera.
Camera. Okay.
So it could be a camera.
Okay. Walkabout mini golf.
No. So
You
camera.
each get a guess this round if you want.
Camera would
you
be
get 2 for each of
3.
these.
And then to camera, it would be photograph.
Def
2.
Leppard.
Is the 1 the game, or that's your first
No, that's
degree?
the first click.
So then from photograph, Nickelback.
That's horrible.
And then so Nickelback, Spider-Man 2,
Band.
movie, the game.
Rock Band.
Oh, Rock Band. I like Rock Band.
Or Guitar Hero. One of those two.
Is not.
Okay, next.
MacGuffin.
MacGuffin. Elden Ring.
No. No, because we still have steps. What did he get to from MacGuffin?
X-Men.
Indiana Jones. Oh.
Oh, I like Jones. But
Okay,
that's
so
so far
Jones-
removed.
Jones, and then Spielberg,
Sure.
and then Jurassic Park, and then Jurassic. Maybe it's
And
a
then
Jurassic
Lego
Park
Jurassic
video
Park.
game.
Lego Jurassic Park.
Can it be? Is it a game that's come out, or is it a game that it could like a game that exists?
It's a
in
game that
concept?
exists.
Like it's out. It's
Yeah.
available.
Yeah.
Like, did they make a Lego Jurassic Park game? Tuna?
Not that I know.
I mean, they made Lego Jurassic World.
Oh, they did?
Yep.
Oh, well, then that's my guess.
All right, so you think it went Indiana Jones,
Spielberg, Jurassic Park.
Lego Jurassic Park.
Correct.
You guys fucking got it right, and I don't know how you did that.
way.
No way.
I do not know how you fucking did that.
No way.
That's so fucking
Wait, but I said
insane.
Lego Jurassic Park like 5 minutes ago.
Well, you were just throwing things out there. You didn't
Well,
make a
I was like, Chris likes Jurassic Park.
Lego
and
Jurassic World, but I'm gonna give it to you.
Yeah, you got to give it to us.
I read MacGuffin, and I was like, okay, well, what's the most what
MacGuffin-y.
is a quintessential MacGuffin franchise? And I was like,
Right.
Indiana Jones. And then I
Right.
was like, well, if you're getting to Indiana Jones, you're probably getting it from Spielberg. And then
You guys did on all 3 rounds. You did exactly what I was hoping you would do. You put together all of the right people. You had to kind of guess to get there.
This
but
is-
you
this
got
is
to the
what is
exact
Chris
thing on all
thinking.
3 rounds.
Yeah.
What is
Yeah.
Chris thinking?
Yeah.
Well, what am I thinking you're going to be able to put together when I look at the clues, right?
Mm.
It's like how I have to think what are they going to know reference wise, and then what are they going to know that I know reference wise, and then what games are they going to think of, and can they get there based on this?
Well, I'll tell you this. I would never have guessed Lego Jurassic Park because I didn't even think about that as a thing.
Yeah.
And so like Tuna saying that, I was like, oh, did they make one of those?
Yeah,
They
that was amazing. Unbelievable.
Wow.
Great work. You guys got 4 points on all 3 of them. You got a total of 12 points. There's a maximum of 18. So that's
Love that.
that's pretty great. That's amazing. That's the best that game's ever played in a very long time. I don't know, Tuna.
Yeah.
You seemed really mad, but you got all of them. Not only did you get all of them, you figured it out in the exact way you're supposed to figure it out. Thoughts?
You happy? Happy?
Yeah, I'm happy. You sound like my daughter when she knows
Well,
that
I
like
mean-
I'm upset. She's like, "Yeah, are you happy now?"
Ha!
Honestly.
Wow.
All right. Well,
Smart kid.
that was for the gorilla himself. Now, let's talk about the
Jesus
Pokemon.
Christ, the Pokemon. Holy crap.
Oh, right, the Pokemon. What number is it?
Pokemon 485.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
It is.
it is.
Oh,
Unfortunately.
dude. Cool Pokemon.
Heatran.
Kind of
He-
looks like a piece of poop.
Yeah,
Heatran. Yeah, I'm not a fan of this
not
one.
a fan of this at all.
This is a Pokemon that I like concept-wise, but I think it's really hideous.
Yeah. I think it
No
is.
other Pokemon has the same type combination as
Fire
Heatran.
Steel is pretty cool. Gets some bonus points. And it looks better in the anime.
Yeah, it definitely looks better animated for sure.
Wait, hold on. This is it. Heatran is the only Pokemon introduced before hidden abilities that cannot be obtained with its hidden ability in any game without an ability patch.
Whoa.
It's a very confusing sentence for me.
What do you mean?
He's also it doesn't make any sense. He in my mind at least, Heatran is the only legendary Pokemon to not have either an alternate form, evolution, or relation to another Pokemon.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is a legendary Pokemon if you consider that.
Yeah.
So, Alex, what do you understand about Heatran is the only Pokemon introduced before hidden abilities that cannot be obtained with its hidden ability in any game without an ability patch?
What do you mean that cannot be obtained with its hidden ability? What are
What
you
don't
talking
you
about?
understand about that? What
I don't
you
understand that cannot be
understand?
obtained
Yeah, I don't.
with its.
It seems pretty clear to me.
Is it?
Yeah.
Heatran is the only Pokemon introduced before hidden abilities
Abilities
that cannot
that
be
cannot be
obtained
obtained with its
hidden ability.
hidden ability
What are hidden abilities?
in any game
In
without
any game without an ability patch. This might as well be. I don't know what the fuck this is. I don't know what this sentence is saying.
It's amazing.
This sentence is
Oh,
not. I'm just not getting it.
What's its origin?
It may Heatran may be derived from heat transfer.
Okay. I like the actual origin info. I thought that was interesting.
Where's the actual origin?
It's right above it where it talks about
maybe based on volcanic remains.
yeah.
Its steel typing may reference how the Earth's inner core is made of solid metal under immense pressure. It may also be based on a personification of magma. In the ancient mythologies of most cultures, the eruptions of volcanoes were explained by the presence of a fire monster living within it, often a dragon. You know, the world would be, I think, a lot better and a lot cooler if there was like a dragon living in a volcano. You know what else would be
like
really
that
cool,
a
actually?
lot.
Like if
I like that a
God,
lot.
You don't think we would have bombed every
God-
dragon out of
well,
existence? At
so
this
here's
point?
well, let's talk about Game of Thrones. But my thing is, if God were like really real and like did
Yeah.
smite people, you know, a lot of people would get theirs.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good point. So what you're suggesting, Alex, is the presence of dragons themselves would stagnate society from being ever able to develop those weapons because
Well, you know what the other
because
thing,
the
you know what
powers
the other,
that be of the dragons would not
well, the
allow
other
it.
thing I was
Yeah,
thinking
they'd be
about
the
is
dominant
how
species
like
on the planet.
how shitty Superman is when you really think about it. Like Superman is going after like some petty criminals sometimes.
Oh
and
yeah,
like,
where's white collar Superman?
well, that's what I'm saying. Like
Yeah.
white collar, like Superman's not going after the real people.
Also,
fucking
like,
up.
how about you go pick up the Great Pacific Garbage Patch?
Tom,
You want to go do
you
that?
look very confused. You look very
Oh, I
confused.
see what you're saying.
I'm saying that
Yeah.
Batman
He could just put a
is
shade
out
over the
there-
Arctic.
Right. Batman's out there stopping the
mentally deranged.
well, no, or he's getting the guy who stole grandma's purse, right?
Right.
Batman sometimes. Whereas there's people
Yeah, but
like
he's
in
the
in
capitalist,
power.
though. That's
Yeah,
the
he's
thing.
terrible. Sucks. Superman
Batman
too.
sucks.
Superman is a
sucks.
god, basically.
Yeah.
Right? He has the powers of a god. He can kill whoever the hell he wants with no repercussions, really.
Yeah.
And he's out there just stopping some
Well,
maniac.
you should play the video game Injustice.
I thought you were going to say Superman 64, and I agree.
Oh yeah.
Superman 64 or
Superman
Injustice?
64 coming to the
Superman
virtual
64.
console?
No. Go play Injustice, because Injustice is basically what happens if Superman like decided where he was going to be God King of the planet and deal out global justice.
I thought Injustice was just a fighting game like Mortal Kombat.
It is, but it's a
Oh,
big. It
But
has
at
a big
that point,
story.
at that
It
point,
has a big
Superman's
story.
just basically playing The Sims and just getting like making people do whatever he wants at that point because it's just his game. It's like his game to play. If no one can do anything, he can just kill anyone at any moment.
Yeah.
And it's like everything's his responsibility. So he's like,
Yeah.
either you fix global warming or I kill you. Okay, you don't want to fix it? Okay, you're dead. Next person, do you want to fix global warming? Yes? Okay, great. Get on it. I'm going to check in on you in a couple months. If we haven't made any progress, I'm killing you. Go to the next person.
Tom, Alex has skipped the entire like democratic socialist wing and gone from like left of
it's
center
complete
to
anarchy.
full authoritarian
Oh, yeah,
like
yeah,
socialist.
Yeah.
Well, at that point, it's just Superman playing. It really is. He's just playing. If he could do that, he's just playing a video game.
Yeah,
at that
he's
point.
just a villain then.
Oh, no, he's playing a video. He's just
Sure.
you playing a video game,
Yeah. My God.
being the main character because everyone
All
else
right,
is an NPC who doesn't matter.
Heatran in the Pokedex. Legends Arceus. Stories tell of this Pokemon being birthed from the boiling magma within Mount Coronet. Its molten steel body holds many mysteries. It's kind of an ugly Pokemon.
Yep.
Kinda.
Getting
Okay,
a
it
low
is an ugly
rating
Pokemon.
for me.
It even has an ugly shiny. Let's see. Let's look at these notes. What are you guys thinking?
Like 60.
Yeah, that's not bad. I would put it above Probopass as the new 60.
Yeah, 60's good. 60's good. I like that.
Now, the one thing about this Pokemon is it's obviously very strong. Yeah. It's a useful because it's a legendary. So, there's
Have we
use.
based it on strength before? I feel like we've just always based it on looks.
No, we do a bit. I do
We
like
do a
to base it
little
on
bit.
whether or not I would use it in the game, right? Like sometimes
Yeah.
this is a Pokemon I would like reluctantly have on my team because he's
Yeah.
a legendary Pokemon. So he's, useful.
Yeah.
Like this might be my fire type Pokemon on my team because I'm not going to use the fire starter, right? So it's probably one of the best fire types I can have. So
Right.
if you're playing that game. So that's why like it gets some more points than being below Probopass. It's not really much better looking than Probopass though. Probopass also just hideous Pokemon.
Mm-hmm.
So what's going on?
Nothing. Been playing some Mario Kart World. It's good. I really like it. I wish that the collectibles gave you more than just stickers.
Yeah.
But I guess, that's Nintendo and it's like you don't need to collect all the stickers. You can just, collect enough doing P button challenges and question mark panels and collecting Peach medallions and yeah, I mean this is I don't know if this is a controversial opinion or not. Do I think this is an $80 game? No.
Mhm.
So even like if you want to up the price of games, like I get it, but I don't think this game is an $80 game.
Because
I'll be honest.
they just and we'll get to it in the news, but we just had that Bananza direct, and that's cheaper, $70.
Yeah, and I saw that.
Look
and it
at that
looks
game, and I'm
sick.
like, that looks like
I'm going to spend more hours.
worth the money. Yeah.
Like Mario
No,
Kart World does not seem like it's.
But you'll be playing Mario
Yeah.
Kart World throughout the lifetime of the Switch too.
That's the one thing about it is like it is
Mhm.
the reason they got
you're
away
gonna
with
get Bananza'd
charging
out,
$80 is because everyone will buy Mario Kart because it's just the game to have.
Yeah.
On your Switch when it's time to, it's like Smash, right?
Also,
like
Alex, you're going to be playing Mario Kart with your kid, and you're going to end up playing that game more hours than probably a lot of other games.
Yeah, but I guess I guess my like after watching the DK direct and then reading that it was going to be cheaper was like, are you fucking kidding me?
Well, it's
Like,
not even
like-
made. I don't think it's made by any of their first party teams. It's by like one of their outsourced teams. I'm pretty sure.
I'm just
I
saying,
think
like
it's
Mario
by like the
Kart.
Strikers people.
But let's think about like
So
like
the
the things I'm
rumor-
yeah, go ahead.
the rumor is that it is members of the Odyssey team that split off and formed a new studio
Oh,
under
interesting.
Nintendo, and are working on this. And the original Odyssey team is working on the next 3D Mario,
Right. Which better be next year.
Well, I would say that if that is the case, yeah, we're gonna get that sooner rather than later. We won't just be it's very clearly people that worked on Odyssey. Like there's absolute well, we'll get into that.
Sure.
We'll get into it when we hit the news. But yeah, no, I agree with you on the front with Mario Kart World. I'm enjoying the tracks. I really hope that they add a mode that is just the Grand Prix without the stretches in between, and it's just
You can do
tracks.
that though.
How?
You have to do it in the versus select screen. But the way you select you don't have to go with the order. You can like select the individual tracks you want to play and do the.
So you can
you can do
select
it
4 tracks.
Yeah.
Okay, that might be.
And then
I
it
might
just
give
does them
that a
by
shot.
laps. That's why it has the thing for how many laps you want to do as an option.
Okay. That I will.
At least I believe that second part I believe, but I know you can do it because I did it. So
Okay, cool. Well, that's good to know because I definitely want to experience them that way.
That being said, I don't miss
some of the best
the Grand Prix, as you said. Knockout Tour is everything for this game.
Knockout Tour is great.
I find Grand Prix, like, I'm so disinterested in that now. Like, I love the Knockout Tour, especially like when you get knocked back, you're like in the lead and you're like hit all the way back to like 12th, and I gotta like climb back to the front. Like, it's so much fun. I like the length of the race. It's just like 15 minutes, no stops, just keep going.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
The Knockout Tour is the best part about this. I just think it's a little like the open world. Is a cool idea. I don't think I'm rewarded enough to keep
there's no way to track any of the things. There's no way
there's no way to track it.
Well, that's not true. There's no way to track the P switches.
Right.
That's a big part. There's like 300 something.
Well, yeah, but the only thing that you can track is the thing that's important to track, and that's the question markers.
Why is that important to track?
You haven't unlocked 10, I see.
I've unlocked 10. I've unlocked like 20 or 30.
Okay. I believe that's how you unlock mirror mode.
Mirror mode has a bunch of different. It's multiple different things. You have to do like 3 different things to unlock it.
But that's one of them is the question block. So I must have done the other ones already then, because I got it after I went over the question block. So that's got to be one of them. But even then, like it's a secondary experience. It's like whatever. It is like it'd be cool if there was more there, but it's literally when you start Mario Kart, it's not even a thing, right? They have multiplayer, they have Knockout Tour like online, they have single player, multiplayer. It's literally not even a part of it's just a place so that people stay in the video game, because that's the thing that people don't like. Like people don't want to wait for anything, right? Everything is just you're in one thing, you're in the next thing. There's no waiting. So now you're able to just drive around while you're doing the boring part of selecting maps. And so they were just like, well, we should put something here for people to do when they goof around, and also for like little kids who want to be able to play Mario Kart, but they're not actually good enough yet, then they can just race around but that's all it is. And I think if it was really meant to be I think this is more a problem of the marketing setting the wrong expectation about the open world than what the open world is, because the people who made the game don't seem to think the open world is like the premier part of the game, because if they did, it would be a part of that menu, right? It would be the first thing.
Yes.
And so for that reason, I don't think it's actually meant to be anything more than like what those sections between races are, which are ways to keep the game moving without the waiting. Because like when I'm doing the Grand Prix and the race ends and it's like, all right, I just did 3 rounds of that one. Now I got to stop, look at the thing, skip the highlights, wait for the next one and like, you're just getting rid of that. This is the same thing. It's getting rid of the like boring part of the menus while you're setting up. That's all it is.
Then
yeah, but if you're the person setting up, look, I mean, sure, but I think that was. Well, I'm in 2 minds about the whole fact that like the open world is an afterthought. On the one hand, I'm happy because it means I don't have to like invest I don't feel compelled to like, oh, I got to do all of it. It's so worth it. Um, so I can just like play the game like I was playing 8 Deluxe, which is like, do the races. We do
Yeah,
knockout
that's
tours.
kind of true, to be honest with you. I would be annoyed
So
if I
yeah,
felt compelled to get all those P switches because it's like fine to like fuck around in, but like I'm kind of over it. So
I
like I
I
don't want to
also
feel like I'm supposed to do it if that's what
I
it is.
I also know that like I'm gonna get my like it's that thing as Chris mentioned, like I'm gonna get by the end of my time with the game, I will get my money's worth out of it because I will be playing for years, and I'm sure that they will have a way more aggressive post-release strategy than they had with
Yeah.
Deluxe, where it was years of nothing, and then they decided, oh, we're not going to get another Mario Kart on the Switch, so let's release some DLC. And
Which, by
then
the
we
way,
had 2 years of
it,
back to back, like
it isn't
constant
to say
DLC.
that like I think it's good that this game is $80. I think this game should still be $60. I wish all the games would stop going up in price. But at the same time, I don't think I'm not going to end up getting $80 of value out of this game. What I'm
No,
buying is that
100%.
I'm buying having Mario Kart for the next, 10 years before there's
Yeah,
another
yeah,
one. Right?
yeah.
It's like I'm gonna play
Yeah.
it a lot. Dude, that camera, I love it. I mean, even Tuna likes it. He thinks it's
Yeah,
fun.
it's pretty good.
Do you have
Which-
you have the official Nintendo one now, yeah?
Yeah. I mean, I had the Piranha Plant,
Right.
but I changed it out for the real one.
Copy.
Yeah, I think it's great. You haven't been on that much, Tom. You gotta get back on there.
I've been playing with Brooke a little bit. We've been playing. I got sent a code for Street Fighter on the Switch, so Brooke and I have been playing Street Fighter. It runs really nicely. Feels great on there. So we've been playing some of that, just one-on-one matches. It's cool because they've added. It's called modern controls, and essentially it kind of Smash Brother controls. It gives it like almost like Smash controls.
It's really cool.
And so it's fun. It's fun, and it's really easy to kind of jump into. So I've been playing some of that. Some more tiers. That's kind of the game I'm focusing on now that it runs so flawlessly. But I've been playing for work because I got to capture a bunch of stuff. I played a little bit of Firebreak, which is the new control, the FBC Firebreak.
Yeah, the control game.
It's a 3-player
Control for
game.
Dead.
Yes, essentially, it's the concept being that the oldest house, which is the location in the first control, needs to be cleaned up, and there's so much hiss remaining, and it's fun. There are little bits of dialogue. I was excited, honestly, mostly for the game to kind of get the continuation of this world and like hopefully read some find some notes or whatever, but they don't have any of that in there, which kind of is frustrating. That there's some notes in loading screens, but there's no like collectibles to find to. And I was like, oh man, I loved that so much about Control. I was always excited to learn a new element of the world. But there's little bits of dialogue, and you come to learn that all the people who you're playing as, the cleaners, who, because no one can come in or out of the oldest house, they've had to like put all of their gear. It's just like whatever they can scrounge together. And it's just desk jockeys, right? It's just people that like worked in the cubicles in the oldest house, and they're the only ones who can like take out the hiss.
Yeah.
So they have like these lines of dialogue of like, man, like I miss I miss just sitting at my desk, like would love to just be in the office again or whatever. So there's little things like that. But I don't think the gameplay is all that great. I think it's fine. It feels okay.
Glad I didn't put it on my fantasy league. I almost drafted it.
Yeah, I probably would have if we had a couple more games on there, or at least thought about it, because it's Remedy. Like,
right. I just assumed it would be great.
Yeah, good. I think that it's very promising. Let me put it that way. I think the different systems it has and like what it's having you do are very cool. There's this level that's sticky notes. And so there's sticky notes everywhere, and it literally in the corner is like to destroy 30,000 sticky notes. So there's different ways to do that. We were doing
That's
this
sick.
way where
That's like Taskmaster.
there are 3 kits at least to start. There's the way it works is you have the fix kit, the jump kit, and the splash kit. The splash kit shoots big globules of water. The jump kit has like an electric shock thing that you can use to like charge up. Things will be need power, so you can like
Got it.
jumpstart them,
Okay.
or you can stun enemies. The water obviously puts out fires, and then the fix kit is a giant wrench that obviously you can use for melee, but there are things that also need repairing, and there's like a repairing mini game. Or if you have the fix kit, you just smash it with the wrench and it fixes it. So those are the 3 kits, and then you can. It has like a battle pass system, but it's free. But it is as you play, you get like these tickets essentially that you use to unlock a better gun and unlock better gear and upgrades for all of the things. So it's one of those things where it's like, oh man, it just feels like whatever. Like even the jump kit, it's the when you charging up, you're like, am I charging? Like I don't know. Like the feedback is lacking, and then you'd let go of the charge, and it's just like a little fizzle, and I feel like it's missing, like like some texture. But I think, oh, and yeah, with the sticky note, he's watering them, and then I'm using the jump kit to like electroshock them, and it sets off a chain reaction that like ignites all of them. So there's different ways you can mix and match the different kits to like synergies between the kits for different things. And then at the end, you fight a boss that is in the sticky note one, it's like a giant like troll, but but it's made of sticky notes, and you have to like electrify it and all this stuff. So it's a game that hopefully gets some great updates, and like it just isn't ready. I think it needs more content too. Like you just have 6 different jobs you can play, and you just play them over and over and over again to get like better upgrades and better weapons, and you can increase the difficulty. So it needs more content. It needs like other things to it, I think.
It's like every game that comes out like this.
Yeah. Except for the other game I've been playing for work, which is Dune Awakening, the new survival MMO.
Ooh.
It's on PC only right now. I played the beta earlier this year, which was like the first 20 hours of the game. I didn't get that far because I was like, oh, I like this. I don't, because they were going to wipe all the progress. I was like, I don't want to make 20 hours of progress and have that wiped. So I played about half of it, and now in the game I am past that. Not substantially. I'm a bit past that, and I think that a lot of places are giving like an 8 out of 10, and I probably say that's how I'm feeling toward it. I think that its biggest weakness is the combat is whatever. When I played the beta, I really felt that, and it's been improved since then. But I think that's also partially because I went for, when you start the game, there's 5 essentially classes you can pick. You can learn additional classes. You can meet characters that will teach you things, so you can open up the skill trees of other classes, but you can pick one to start with. This time I picked the Sword Master versus I picked a Mentat who are the people who do the calculations, right? Who like their eyes roll back and they do the calculations for the ruler or whomever. That person, that skill tree has things like, oh, you deploy a drone turret thing that can like shoot enemies for you and stuff, or you can go invisible. And the Sword Master, which I picked this time because a lot of especially in the early game, a lot of the combat is like blade to blade, right? And so the Sword Master has this flying knee ability, and also this like, I'm gonna slash your ankles, and those are the 2 abilities you have at the start, and they can very quick. You can do both of them on one enemy, they're done, at least in the beginning. And so it was good to be able to just kind of speed through that combat. And now that I have a couple more tools under my belt and I have more abilities and like different builds that I've done, it is more engaging. So I've gotten to a point where I do think that the game improves on that aspect. It's very lackluster in the beginning. Everything else about it, though, I think is just really well done. I think that the kind of hook of, oh, I need this material to build this, so I can build this, and then I can use that to do this. I really enjoyed. I think that cycle is very good, and then them adapting the world to the various gameplay aspects of the worm chasing you, so you can't cross open sand, you can't be in the sun for too long or you'll get dehydrated. Yeah, so Tuna and Chris are very clearly texting each other back and forth while I'm having a chat here explaining Dune.
I mean, do you want to be on a podcast by yourself? I mean, this is
Yeah,
Well, I'm talking about a game.
Tom. Alex was clearly not paying attention, so I screenshot him and sent it to him. And then he's like, he does this. And so I say something, I'll back you up, but I had it edited open and I
That's
already
so
typed,
funny.
I already changed it to I won't back you up. And he just replies, no, you won't. Because I was just gonna, the second he said something, I was gonna just change it to edit it. Like, I won't back you up.
Well, Tuna, do
Because
you have any
I- you know-
questions about Dune?
no. That I
Tom,
wrote.
this
and then
gave me a thought.
Wait,
Yeah.
wait. Can you show the chat? Can you bring the chat up? Can you share the chat?
Yeah, I could share the chat.
Yeah. Let's take a quick gander at what was going on here. Let's take a quick look.
Let me.
Yeah. Close all the porn windows and just make sure we just get the. Oh.
Also, look at the picture I had for Alex, though.
Yeah.
Oh,
that
that's
old
funny.
chestnut.
That's so funny.
Look,
I
he's
won't
getting-
back you up.
So, yeah.
You have what's that gif of the bottom say? You have me in the benches taking.
No, you leave me in the trenches taking grenades, John. It's from Wedding Crashers. Because he says I'll back you. When he said I'll back you up, I was like,
Oh.
no, you won't. You're gonna leave me. You're gonna leave me in the trenches taking grenades.
Yeah,
The second I-
100%.
The
100%.
second I said anything, it was gonna be.
This did give me a thought, and I mean this in the most respectful way possible, Tom, because it wasn't you that I found boring, but it's the idea of being in the Dune world. To me, does Dune have the sauce? Because I don't think it's the franchise that you want to build games around. I don't think it's a world. It's not like Star Wars. There's nothing fun about the Dune world. Is a miserable existence, right? You're in the desert.
Mhm.
Like
Mm.
everything sucks. It's dry, it's boring looking, it's ugly, no one's happy. Like, this world blows. You don't want to pretend you're in the fucking
actually-
Dune world.
Now that I think about it, in the two Dune movies that I've seen, does anybody crack a smile?
Yeah, I think Zendaya and him have a little bit, you know.
Yeah, there's definitely some smiles.
Is there a
Yeah, and
smile or is it
when
like
he
a
rides
smirk?
when he rides
Yeah, there's
the,
smiles. Yeah,
uh,
there's so many jokes.
sandworm?
Remember?
Yeah.
So
And
many
he's like,
smiles.
Yeah,
Are
yeah.
there so many smiles?
But that being
there's
said,
a lot
it's
of
not
jokes.
it's not like it's not the place where you want to spend time. It's like, I want to go watch this
Mm.
story, but that's it.
Right.
Like, Tom, you could have described the best video game that you've played all year, and I'd be so skeptical because I'm like, I have no interest in playing a video game about Dune, and I,
mean,
love those movies.
Yeah, and I definitely think it's what I find interesting about it is that it's quite meditative to go around, and what I love about the resource gathering is you have this thing called the cut array, which scans a various element like a rock or an iron or whatever, an iron ore rock. It scans and it shows like the line that you have to cut with the laser, and the closer you get to cutting the line, the better.
So it's like Mario Party when you have to use
where
the
you have to cut
jackhammer
the
and
thing
cut
and the
thing out.
percentage. Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
So you're doing that constantly, and so that and then
that sounds.
Yeah, you know where that might be fun? VR. Like, that
Or
might
Mario
be fun in
Party.
VR to like feel like I'm actually like cutting through a thing. But like
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, look,
in the world of Dune,
Yeah.
I think that the way that they've been able to, because I definitely was skeptical of it for that reason as well, but I think that the way that they've adapted and also expanded on the world. So the cool thing about this is like it is a solitary experience, right? For the
Yeah.
most part, unless you're playing with other people and resource gathering, like you're not seeing a ton of people all the time. So there's just like the collective, like, oh, I need to get more iron ore. Like I need to run here. There's always something to kind of hook you to get to the next like little thing to unlock this and do that and the other. But the other thing about the game is, and I'm pretty sure I've explained it before, is like this is an alternate world where, because there are factions in the game, it's an alternate world where Jessica didn't have Paul, she had a girl. And what ended up happening is that instead of the Atreides being wiped out overnight, they hold their ground, and now like the Harkonnens and the Atreides are control parts of the world, and they're in this eternal war, and other houses have joined as well. So other houses are now settled on Arrakis, and it's become this whole like free-for-all thing. So it's cool seeing all of that. There's a lot more liveliness in like like there's a lot of settlements and things like that, and you see so little of the world of Dune in those movies. It's so focused on those characters that seeing it expanded in this way is I think it does a good job. So,
That's great.
But I also think it might not be for everyone. And I probably will eventually fall off of it once I'm done with the review video. But
I mean,
that's
obviously,
probably
you
true.
never
Yeah.
complete a game ever in your life.
Yeah.
That's not true. He's beat a couple games.
What game have you beaten?
I've beaten Breath of the Wild. I have beaten
Yeah, what,
Resident
8 years
Evil
ago?
7, 8. Well, okay, so the most recent game I've beaten. Okay, let's
Yeah.
think about that.
Diablo.
Just don't give him hints.
Yeah,
Don't even help him.
That's definitely in contention.
I don't think I like this is
Sucks
crazy
you
to
didn't
me.
finish Indiana Jones.
You didn't finish Indiana Jones either?
Remember I had the bug where she wouldn't shut up.
Oh, well, they fixed it.
Did they fix
all
it?
They fixed all the bugs. Yeah.
All right, so I'll
supposedly.
stop the game I'm playing now, and I'll go back and play that.
But this is
There you
Just
go.
put
this
it on
is
story
like-
mode so you can just
Oh
play
my
through the
God.
story.
This is so weird to me that you never complete. This is like watching a show and just like a 10 episodes show and just stopping at episode 8 and being like, well, I'll get back to it eventually, and then
Well,
never getting back to it.
Depends on the game, right? Like some games,
Or like
it's like
reading a
watching like
book.
4 seasons of a show.
Yeah, but like
and
reading,
like you
or
stop
reading a
at
book.
season 3.
All right, fine. Reading a book, and he stops.
Yeah.
It's 300-page book. The guy stops at page 250.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but there's the
Never finishes a book.
He's just saving a little bit for later.
Yeah,
The
he's
di-
got
the
he's got
difference-
shelves and shelves
the
of books.
difference
And
between
and
a
he
book,
says, "Yeah,
a
I've read them
movie,
all,
and
but I
a
haven't
video
finished them
game
all."
is that not the only aspect of a game is the story. Sometimes, and I
No,
would
it
say
is. No, it is.
gameplay,
It is.
gameplay is king, right?
No, no.
Like,
Yeah, but then why are you playing so much of it? I'm not talking about a game that you
What do you
start and
mean?
you're like 5 hours in and you're like, okay, I've had enough.
yeah,
I'm talking about the game that you've invested in.
yeah,
and
it
then you're
sustains
just like,
me.
Eh.
It's just it's not like I go, it's that there are so
It is
many
like you
video
go,
games
eh.
I want to play. There are so many video games that I want to play. I want to taste the entire rainbow, and I literally do not have enough hours in the day.
When
And
Tom's
here's
when
the
Tom
thing. Here's
one
the
day
thing.
Tom's gonna
And
go
here's
on
the
like a
fucking
spree
thing. And I'll
finish
this
every
is-
game.
And I think this holds just as much value as like beating games, if not potentially more value.
No, don't. No. Whatever you're gonna say.
I
no.
play and experience a way more diverse and broader variety of games than you do. Because
Okay,
you
big leaguer.
you have chosen to, I have to beat them, and that's fine.
That's the point of the
look,
game.
and I wish, and God knows that I wish games were shorter so I could fit them all in and get them
So
done.
you're like, I'm gonna play Elden Ring for a little bit. Yeah, I'm having fun with this thing. I'm powering up. I'm done.
Elden Ring is a phenomenal game to bring up as an example of a game that you play for the gameplay and the story doesn't matter one fuckwit.
Yeah, but
That-
it's not
that
even about
game
the
has
story. I
nothing to do
agree
with
that
the
the story.
story.
Who cares about the story? But you still want to be like, okay, I've taken my character from naked to the most
I have
powerful
done
being
that.
in the
My
land.
character was fucking OP as fuck. It was like
If he's
level
so OP,
100.
why didn't you defeat the fucking end?
Because there's a million fucking things to do in that
No,
game.
there's a final boss. See if you can beat the final boss.
Yeah, but there's a million other bosses to fight as well, and some
This
of
is
the best
unbelievable.
bosses are
This
some
is
of the hidden
unbelievable.
bosses.
This is
What's so
unbelievable.
funny is that there are so many games that are
You know,
way
you know what this
better
is like.
examples.
You know what this is like. You could read a book. You're reading a book, and you're like, oh, I don't care about the story of this book.
This
I
is
just
what
like
happens when you
I
play
just like the
Russian
prose.
roulette at the start.
I just like the prose of this. I just like the way this book is written. I've gotten the gist of the way this book is written. I understand the way
That's
the book
not-
is written. I like the style. I don't care about the story. I'm good. I don't need to finish the book. I've gotten what I needed out of it.
Story. You read a book for the story.
No, not always.
You know what's so funny is
Not
I
always.
feel like you'd have a point, but the examples that you bring up like go against your argument.
What are you talking about? It does not go against my argument. If
does. A book is a terrible example.
Book is a
terrible
perfect example.
No,
you're
it's
reading
not.
for the prose. You're reading for the style. You're reading for the way that
reading for the style mean?
If you're in English class, you have to learn about the style, the way that it's written.
Okay, is anyone reading a book because of that?
Yeah,
reason?
plenty of people. They write in the margins. They figure out what other like metaphors.
Are you reading
between the lines?
Are you
Ergodic?
reading a
Have you ever
book
read an Ergodic book?
for style? Are you reading a book for style? Have you ever read a book because of the style?
Some
have
people
you
are.
have you ever read an
Some people
Ergodic
are.
book, Tom?
A what?
Ergodic book.
I don't know what that means.
It is like the living embodiment of reading for the style. I'm going to show you an example because it would be hard to explain.
See, yeah. So your arguments are bad. I wish you just had like better arguments.
A book that is all style. This is an all style book.
Oh yeah.
House of Leaves. Look at this, Tom.
I'm looking at a discover and read more. Continue with Amazon. Sign up with email.
What?
Tuna, are you seeing this?
Oh,
It just
covering.
says
now do you
what
see
the
it?
Fuck. Oh God. Is anyone reading this though?
Yes.
yeah.
It's just there are books that are specifically made with style, and it's like it's an intentional design that it forces you to like stop reading and turn the book, and it makes it harder to read it. It's sort of like the idea. Yeah, well, it's sort of the same idea behind Yoda. Was they wanted to make sure you were listening to him, but they also wanted him to be like whispering. So like part of the reason they made Yoda speak strangely and talk with a whisper was they knew the person would have to listen more intently because you'd have to stop kind of you're listening to like an old man or something like that. And you have to like to actually like listen to what they're saying. They did that on purpose so that it was like more intentional. This is the same kind of idea.
I hope it's been nipped in the bud. I'm never gonna change.
Absolutely not.
I'm never gonna change. And
Wait,
I have
on.
to make my peace with that.
Hold on. So I built this.
Oh my God.
Hold on. Let me just show this really quick. Okay, so I built this New York City skyline,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
From Lego, right? You know what though? I got the gist of it for this one, and this one. I don't think I really need, you know. I got it. Like I got the build. I got what it's I know how to build it. It's fine. I'm good with.
Tom, he doesn't realize he muted himself.
No, I think he's just too far away from.
No, he hit it with his hand.
Oh, he muted himself. That's brilliant. That's brilliant.
All right, we're moving on. Alex, I really riled them up opening up with Russian roulette. Jesus Christ.
I was really tired. I was not going to talk that much because I was like, I'm going to go to bed soon.
Oh, he's like a baby. He's cranky.
I thought we were playing games after. You wanted to play games.
Oh, now we're playing games?
That was what you said. You
yeah.
texted us earlier.
You said, can we start on time so we can play games?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. All right.
All right, Tom, any Prime news? Because I do have some mail that's fun.
This just in. Tom beats a game. Oh, wait, no.
News. Let's see. Let's see what we got.
Shouldn't you know news like off the top of your head?
No.
No?
I just don't know. I can't bring it off the top of my head this week. There hasn't been much. Feels like.
Yeah,
Oh,
Donkey
let's
Kong
talk about
Bonanza.
Donkey Kong. Yeah, Donkey Kong.
Yeah,
Donkey
it looked
Kong.
great.
Yeah.
Donkey Kong looked great.
Yes. It
I'm
looks
excited
great.
for Pauline. I think that my theory is correct, that the reason Pauline and Donkey Kong only have one fucking costume in all of Mario Kart world makes no sense. And it's probably because
Mm,
they showed all the different outfits and stuff in Bonanza. We
yeah.
might be getting, I think, some Bonanza influenced outfits or just other outfits in general to promote Bonanza when the game comes out. Um, Especially with Pauline, because it's like, why
Yeah.
would you put Pauline in Mario Kart World if not for Donkey Kong Bonanza?
I love the fact that Pauline is getting this treatment and is
Yeah,
she feels like an excellent modern addition to the women line of Mario
sure. Yeah.
characters
The the
to
Nintendo princesses,
yes, the Nintendo princesses exactly. And
right?
I hope we see her become mayor at the
Yeah,
end.
that'd be great. Although it seems like Chibi Pauline,
Well,
doesn't
she's a
it?
kid. I
Yeah,
think she's meant to be like a teenager
yeah.
or like a
So
tween
it's
or
that's
whatever.
interesting.
Yeah.
Really messing with the timeline here.
Oh, I don't. Yeah, I've heard. I've heard.
What
I've
timeline?
heard.
Well, because Cranky Kong's supposed to be the original Donkey Kong, the one that was like beefing with Mario back in the day. But now they have Mario versus
Right.
Donkey Kong, so it's hard to tell like which
I mean, is
Donkey
there
Kong.
any
So,
Nintendo
but
game that actually has a coherent like story?
I mean, the Zelda games do.
No, no, no,
Not
no, no, no,
connected,
no, no, no,
not
no.
connected to each other, but they're
That's
individual
insane. Well,
games.
that's what I'm saying. Like,
Oh,
does any Nintendo first party game have any?
maybe Splatoon
Okay.
because it's so abstract anyway.
Okay.
Maybe Metroid. I don't know if
Thomas,
Metroid's got retcons in it.
is
Yeah, I
there
don't know.
anything?
No.
No.
So this is from a website. Gamers aren't finishing games, and that's
Oh
a
my God.
problem.
Tom, what do
And
you think
that's the
about
problem.
Bonanza?
Yeah, Bonanza looks real cool. I I I think that the I'm hoping again.
Yeah.
I think this will be the game that is like, oh, there is so much meat on the bone. This is the thing where it's like, get all the bananas, get all the costumes, do this, that, the other, find all the things. I really hope that um uh I, I just want to see it in person. I want to kind
Sure.
of see it running at like a consistent frame rate because I've been very impressed with the performance of the Switch so far, and this is obviously a powerhouse with all the particles and stuff from the destruction. And I just want to see that this system can handle something like that because I don't necessarily think the other games that are out right now are pushing it to the limits, and the
Yeah.
ones that are third party like Cyberpunk, and they're not super um like, especially if you plug into the TV, that it's not like, okay, the default, like it looks substantially worse than like you playing on your PC or something. So I want to see what a native game that actually is made by Nintendo, because I will mostly be using this console to play Nintendo
Of
games.
course.
So yeah, but I liked what I saw. I thought the gameplay looks fun. I think that this will be the Donkey Kong that I play and don't
Yeah.
finish.
By the way, all I kept thinking while watching this, because like the elders were really cool, and then the
The
powers you can kind of turn
elders.
into. Yeah, the
Oh,
ancient elder,
the
like
ostrich and
there's
the
the giant
zebra.
ostrich, the giant, yeah, gorilla,
Yeah.
the giant zebra. The way he transforms feels very like Tears of the Kingdom-y, like Breath of the Wild with the champions, like getting those abilities. Sort of influenced by that. But dude, right here, you have Donkey Kong Smash Bros. Like, there it is. That's Donkey Kong's new Smash move set, right? You
Hmm.
can have him go into his like Super Saiyan gorilla form. He could
Yeah.
have like the flight for the air. Like, you can completely change his move set because of this game alone. Like, that's what we need. We need the next Smash to be just total overhaul every character. Have him play total, like have him have a ranged attack now, right? Where when he goes into the super mode, like he does that punch and just the shockwave shot forward and just like dug a trench out in front of him. Like that was sick.
Would you like to see? Not, we'll save it for another day. It's
what
off tangent. I was going to ask about Smash.
What?
Do you
a
want
3D
it to be
Smash Brothers
Yeah.
fighter? I've
No.
wanted that forever. Yeah.
What?
But like I don't want that to be Smash. I just want that to be another new Nintendo project thing. I still want side scrolling Smash, but forever I've been like, do like a third person fighting like combat game, or I want like first person, almost make them like hero shooter style.
Mm-hmm.
That would be sick. Because then it's like, do Super Smash Bros. Prime, right? Give it the Metroid Prime treatment. Have Mario, like, he could throw fireballs and ice balls and the boomerang. Like, he could have his different items for projectiles and things. I think there's a cool way you could develop that. But I would take any of it. Hell yeah. Third person fighting game, like Power Stone a little bit. From
Dude,
behind
Power
the back.
Stone, man.
Yeah.
Fucking great game.
Power Stone is a really cool game. I'd be down as hell for that. That'd be awesome.
Get a new Power Stone on Switch too.
Any other big news, or should we go to this mail?
Marathon delayed.
Oh, delayed. Yeah, marathon delayed.
Indefinitely.
Yeah.
Indefinitely. We don't know when it's going to come out, which
Wow.
is I think, testament to the state of the game. And I don't think
And
this is
Bungie.
going to go well. And
Yeah.
I think the writing that's been on the wall for years is being written.
Yeah.
As
the
Slater
writing?
says in the chat, death sentence for Bungie.
Yeah,
I'm
I think so
very
too.
concerned for the studio. Not in a way where I think like, oh, Destiny 2 is going away or like the studio will go away, but I do think it'll mean like end of their autonomy. It just gets merged into PlayStation fully.
Yeah.
And isn't like this separate entity, which, it will get rid of the leadership there, which is the problem. So I think it could potentially also resolve some problems very painfully.
But you're going to end up losing talent anyway because of this too. Like a lot of people
100%.
probably already have left that we aren't even aware. Like I would think you don't want to be attached to the ship anymore unless you're, have everything in it, like, leadership probably.
Yeah. Yeah, it's really unfortunate. But also, it does mean that I think the game I don't think it necessarily has, they can turn it around based on everything I've seen and heard, but they have a better shot at doing that than if they released it in September.
Yeah.
Unless, obviously, they end up releasing it around May of next year or whenever GTA ends up coming out. Yeah.
Not great.
Yeah, not great. Not great. Sucks.
Email at unrankedpodcast.com or go to the Discord, go to questions for the pod, links in the show notes. This came in from Akilla Gorilla. Tuna, the big question is, did you end up getting the Switch 2 for free or did they still end up charging you?
Oh, I actually have to go check that. I don't know.
Can you look
I
it
never
up?
got a
It would be on
charge.
your phone, right?
It would be on my phone.
You should be able to check.
All
All
right.
right. Well, while he's doing that and we wait for the
We're
answer,
gonna check live.
we've got some voicemails to play.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow.
That's right. 805-738-8692 or 805-RETUNIA. You can call, drop us a line, leave a voicemail.
Hey, what's up? Tuna Targaryen here. I just calling in with a quick complaint. I was just listening to a comedian, and I just think, like, what is up with impersonations? They're just so stupid. It's like the person doesn't get the accent right, or the tone right, or the cadence right. It's like, what are you doing? Stop impersonating people, you weirdo. And you know what? Impersonations outlawed in Tunaville. I'm calling it right now, and that's just what it's going to be. I just think that it's important that we outlaw that because it's just ridiculous. But other than that, suck it.
Touche. That was good.
That's good. That's
was
very
good.
good.
That was good.
Oh,
That
I
was-
like that.
Yeah. I mean, props.
Also,
was
I
that
mostly
was really
agree.
good.
Like, there's only one
I
person
also agree with him. I don't think impressions are that impressive.
All that and a
There's
bag
one
of chips.
person who I like, though, who does impressions,
Okay.
was Robin Williams. but he's like,
Oh.
sort of the exception.
Yeah, I mean there are exceptions where like, I mean like even in Mrs. Doubtfire where he's like, I do a great impression of a hot dog, like it's
Yeah.
really good.
Yeah.
Like it's really
And
funny.
sometimes it's good on like SNL when they're playing a person, like,
Yeah,
but
if you're gonna
that's
play
also
a part,
rare.
yeah.
But
But
yeah,
I agree. I
I mostly
generally
agree too. I wouldn't really want to see it like on stand up. I'm not looking to go watch someone do impressions.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
But that was still, I mean, good for you, dude. That was good.
Hey there, Unranked crew. This is Kill Care Bears. I was listening to episode 48. I'm still on the way to catch up, but I just wanted to mention because I heard Alex talk about watching Summoning Salt on YouTube. He watched some Tetris documentary, and I gotta say, you guys dismiss Summoning Salt over Shogun. I don't know. You guys should give it a try. He's pretty good, and even you'll be like, I don't even care about this game. But you'll watch the video and all of a sudden you'll kind of care about the game. You'll be like, man, maybe I should play that game. And then you realize, no way, I'm not going to put the hours into doing it. But he's really good at just telling a story in a way that you don't really know what's going to happen next. Like you keep thinking like, oh, okay, well, surely this is what happens next. And you're like, oh, wow. Who knew that speedrunning was so interesting in so many different gaming categories? So I would recommend it. I don't know if you guys have watched it since he said that. I mean, I'm whatever. I just feel like I'm like a year behind or something. So, but other than that, staying ranked, suck it.
What did
do
you
you
say?
think-
Shogun?
Yeah. Do you
I don't
think,
know
because it was like a
Shogun.
year ago, we were talking about Shogun, and you were trying to tell us to watch this YouTuber, Summoning Salts, and we were like, well, we're watching Shogun, so something like
I mean,
that.
TV
Summoning
show.
Salt's great. Is he saying I should be watching Shogun?
Well,
Did
he
you
said
watch Shogun?
we were talking about Shogun,
The
and you
TV
were talking
show?
about Summoning Salt at the time.
Did you not watch Shogun?
He hasn't seen it. No, we were telling you were it
Oh.
was coming up because of that.
Wait, so he's telling.
Hold on.
But he's
This is very important. If he's a year behind, is he listening now to hear the answer to our question, or is he not going to get the answer to his
for
question
another year.
for another year?
Yeah.
Like, is he
Wait,
going to
hold on.
catch up? And
Well,
Was
then
he
be like,
telling-
"Oh,
it depends on how long
finally."
he's catching
was
up.
he telling you two, the two of you, to check out Summoning Salt? Because I was right.
No, he was telling you to check out Shogun.
He said, you guys dismiss. He says he heard Alex talk about watching Summoning Salt, and he's like, you guys dismiss Summoning Salt over Shogun. Yeah.
Over Shogun. So he's talking to you two.
Yeah.
He's talking to
Oh.
you two. Watch.
And I
Summoning
have a
Salt.
feeling my answer was probably the same as now, which is it's very difficult for me to start watching any like YouTuber, whether they're good or bad. It's
What
just
is
like
Summoning Salt?
and there's too many other things I'm watching. I'm watching too many other
well,
things.
exactly. This is my point.
Yeah.
Too many things.
It also doesn't mean I'll never watch it,
I
but
also
it's
have to
just
watch the
it's so
world
rare
burn
that I'm
down.
in the mood to be like, I'm gonna put on something I've not seen that isn't on my list of things that I'm or like, like it's a big list. But I will say I do care about speedrunning now after last year's challenges, because this would have been before we did like really were doing the challenges last year. So I am more interested in this now. So I'll add it to the mental queue. I'll put it on the mental queue. I'll probably like it. I got into watching the GeoGuessr like world champs from the last few years, Alex. Those are amazing. Those are so good. The GeoGuessr. That kid MK is wild. GeoGuessr is very cool. So who knows?
Hey, it's Slater from the Discord. I'm sorry for the crappy quality. I'm in a car on the way home. Listening to episode 484, aka 848. And I gotta say, I'm just disappointed. Feel really let down. I've had this guy, Tuna, in my life for years now. Years. Really been his number one follower.
Oh my
And
god. What's the problem?
it's really all just collapsing now.
Why?
He supports Meatloaf.
Oh,
Meatloaf
give me a
is
fucking break.
One of the better dishes in the history of American cuisine, and I just can't get behind it. I think it's over for us. Really, really bummed out. I don't know what I'm going to do, but I'll take applications if other hosts want a rabid following, cult-like following. Feel free to send them in. I mean, Tuna,
I'm good.
you can reapply. I just don't think it can go back to the way that it was. Yeah, so big bummer, but I'll be around in the Discord, so hit me up. Suck it.
Wow.
Wait, what's the problem? What did I say? I
Tom,
said
didn't I
like
say
meatloaf?
something like this? Didn't I say like I was like this is where you're gonna lose people. I was like,
No,
you
no.
can't.
Put that on the previously. I don't think you said that.
I said
What is he
something.
saying? What is he
I
saying?
knew you'd be on the outs for this.
On the outs for what? What did I say? What was the problem?
Talking about meatloaf.
What about it? It's good.
No, it's not. It's not. It's garbage food for garbage people.
What?
Which I think is exactly what you said last week.
It might be.
Yeah.
It might be. It's how I feel about it. Tom.
Meatloaf is so good if you just cook a little meat, little loaf.
With the argument, if I remember correctly, the argument wasn't necessarily that meatloaf is bad.
But it does suck.
Slater says meat and ketchup.
Isn't Slater
gross.
in the fucking thing? What's he saying?
He says meat and ketchup gross.
You don't put ketchup on a hamburger?
Throwing it back there.
Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something.
Let me tell you something. Zesty sauce.
A hamburger with some crumbled potato chips on top and some ketchup. That's fucking great.
Here's the other thing.
Now he's making another. Now he's making another school
The
lunch.
argument was not whether meatloaf was good or not.
Okay, what was the argument?
I will say the
Alex,
argument
you were saying it was like good
if,
cuisine.
If it was fancy, like
no,
yes,
I didn't, because then I
like,
said that we had meatloaf out one time at Ina Garda's restaurant,
Right.
R.I.P. Amberell. But also we said that I said that it was at that fancy restaurant, and it was dog shit. Meatloaf is only good when it is cooked by someone close in your family. And it's been some, like, you know,
it's never good. It's not.
That's not true. That's not true. It's not true. That's because you're not making it good.
Tom,
you're not making
I
it.
don't think I've ever eaten it, if I'm being honest. Like, I just don't think I've ever eaten it.
It's not good.
No. It is good.
No.
You're
We don't
cooking
have it in
bad.
England. We don't have it.
I mean, meatloaf is basically just a fucking meatball and a big fucking thing. It's just meat. Especially when you mix that
In
meatloaf
loaf
with some
form.
mashed potatoes. Woo! And it doesn't always need to have ketchup. If you're having ketchup with your meatloaf probably sucks.
Alex's ranking with high quality listeners is going way down, but his ranking with like
Scum.
diners, people that visit diners
drives.
on the regular,
Diners, drive-ins, and dives.
going way up in the 50s. Alex going way up with the boomers, the silver spoons,
the
silver spoons,
frozen.
Look,
the silent generation is in love with Tuna right now.
Back in the old days, my mom used to work late hours, right? She'd come home, just put the meatloaf in. We had it. It was a nice meal between just a single mom and an older
I would
child.
walk to school.
I walk, exactly.
20-pound backpack on.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't have cell phones. I
none
got
of
lost.
that shit.
Who knew what happened to me?
Yeah.
I'll never forget. I definitely mentioned this once on the podcast before, but I really thought that day finally came that they warn you about at school all the time, Tom. Like one day, some guy's going to come to you in a car or a van and tell you to get in. And Alex and I were walking home from school. We are going back to his house. We were in like 6th grade. We are talking about Gundam Wing. And this dude rolls up next to us on the street and he's like, Alex? And we were like, and he was like, ah, come on, I'll give you guys a ride. I'll give you a ride. And I was like, this is it. This is that moment. Here's the
Who
man
was it?
that's trying to. It was Jeff, and I had never met him before. And he was
Okay.
like, "You boys want to ride?" And we were like,
Okay.
I was like,
I'll
"No."
I'll tell you right now the dumbest thing I ever did. So do you remember we used to walk down your street, Chris?
Jeff is Alex's mom's boyfriend, just for listeners.
Right, just for listeners. Do you remember we used to walk down your street to get to the high school? We used to hop that
we would
fence.
hop the fence. Yeah.
Okay. One time, I would meet you, right? I'd be walking,
Yeah.
and you would come out, and then we would walk together, hop the fence, and go to school.
Yeah.
One time I was walking there, you weren't there. For some reason, you didn't come, right?
Yeah.
And I went to go hop the fence. There was a security guard there and said, "You're not allowed to hop the fence."
I remember this. Every now and then they would send some guy over to be like, because they don't want people doing it.
So here's what I did. So to get to this high school, though, was actually, I had to go
You had to go all the way around to another
all the way
block.
around.
Yeah.
It was another 10-minute, 15-minute
least,
walk,
yeah.
which was going to make me late.
Yeah.
I turn around, I start walking. Your next door neighbor,
Yeah,
who
yeah.
I'm pretty sure was your next door neighbor at the time.
No, but they oh.
He said, "Get in the
Yeah.
car, I'll give you a ride."
No way.
Yes, and I got in the car.
Shut the
And
fuck
I
up.
did. And the only reason I did it was because I was 99% sure I had seen him before. I knew him. I knew he was your neighbor. But that was the riskiest, dumbest.
Yeah.
I think that is up there as the
That's
dumbest thing
wild.
I've ever done.
Yeah. That's wild.
For a child, yeah. Because I was thinking, well, there were two things going on.
What did this guy look like? Do you remember?
He drove like here's the other kicker. I'm pretty sure he drove a VW Bug or a compact car.
Yeah. Are you sure it wasn't the people at the end of the block and not my actual
It might have been.
neighbor?
I'm not sure. I am not
Yeah,
sure.
okay.
I just know that I had seen this guy
That's who
before.
it probably was.
Because we passed when we used to go to the high school. I remember in my mind a couple things. One, he would always leave at the same time to go wherever the fuck he was going in the morning, probably work. But I would see him a lot. So it's not like he was just some random guy. Second was that if this was a crime going on, then the security guard's in on it. To have a random, and then also maybe you're in on it. That they got you to stay home.
Sure.
The security guard to be there, and this guy to be there to pick me up.
I was up to no good even back then, Tom.
Yes, and the other thing I was thinking was like he was short too. He was short, and I was like, I think,
yeah, okay, that's who it is.
Probably take this guy.
I could take this guy.
Funny business. I mean, that was
how old were you?
14, because Chris moved when we were 15, I think. So I think I was 14.
Yeah, going on 16. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think one time. And then I think one time I did hop that fence and I cut my wrist on the.
I was about to say I do have a scar.
Yeah, I think I have a scar too.
Right there.
Wow.
I was coming back from lacrosse practice and I had like all my stuff with me while I was hopping the fence, and the hook at the top of the fence went in here and cut all the way up to there, and so now I have that scar right there.
Yeah, I don't have as big of a scar. I have a tinier scar, but I do have a scar on my wrist.
Yeah,
Jesus.
And I just and because I was 14, I just wrapped it up and went to practice anyway, even though I was like covered.
Oh yeah, I didn't tell my mom about that one.
Yeah, I didn't say anything either because I was just gonna get in trouble for it.
No way, my mom. Yeah, I told you the last time I got injured, like I remember this too. I like hurt my leg, obviously, or ankle drunk one night, and then Britt picked me up, brought me home. Anyway, and I was like, oh no, we have to I can't tell my mom. I'm gonna have to try to not limp around her. And Brittany was like, what are you talking about? Like, isn't she just gonna be like, oh no, like I'm sorry? I'm like, no, she's gonna come in and be like, what the fuck? And that's exactly what happened. She came home. I had my leg up with ice on it, and she just walked in and went, what the fuck did you do? That is the first thing out of her mouth. Not, oh, what happened? Oh, oh, you okay? Like, oh, did you go to the... No, it was, what the fuck did you do? Not yeah.
That's amazing.
Yep.
Incredible.
True Long Island mom.
Thanks for those calls. 805-738-8692. Those were bangers. That was great. Great episode, Alex. What did you think about today?
I thought it was pretty good. Got me riled up. I did not expect to get this riled up. If anyone thinks that, if anyone has any comparisons that you could make to Tom not finishing games that are not a book, a TV series, or a movie, please submit them, and we will consider each on the pod. And we will make Tom
Unranked.
Suck it.
Okay, so that
honestly,
is really
Alex
funny.
is good at the outros.
Chris, that him doing that was like if he asked AI, but instead he asked the audience. He's like, I'm not gonna do any of the critical thinking here. Hey, ChatGPT, can you get me some examples here?